What's up, boys? I'm finally back. Probably for real this time. I'm pretty sure I'm 100% back. Sorry for disappearing. I explained it all on my Instagram if you're interested in going to look at that. It's not a huge deal, but I'm back now. I finally have the time and the availability to go ahead and make videos. I've missed it so much. I've missed you guys, missed talking with y'all. Like, I have missed out on so much not being able to post this off season. Luckily, this happened during the most boring off season that the Mickey Loomis / Sean Payton era has ever seen. It has been so boring. Obviously, because of COVID, our cap situation got screwed up and we were broke and we couldn't do anything in free agency. But either way, now that's over. We're getting into the draft and we're going to be able to talk about prospects. And then we get to get into training camp and then the preseason and the regular season. I will finally be able to be making videos again. I'm probably going to start off with 1 to 2 videos a week after the draft, because during the draft I'll be able to post whenever. But content gets really slow after the draft. We can do UDFAs and all that stuff, but I'm not going to push out a bunch of meaningless content like I used to do. I don't want you guys to have to watch that nonsense. But until then, we'll figure all that out. We're going to be doing streams, all that. We're back in business finally. So let's go ahead and get into today's video's premise. So today we're going to be talking about the New Orleans Saints possibly trading up in the first round of the draft tomorrow. You've probably heard this. This has been really big and widely talked about news throughout the NFL community. It has been reported every single news outlet you can ever imagine. The Saints are really aggressive during the draft, and they are letting that show before draft day even starts. I thought this would be a perfect time to come back. The draft is tomorrow. We can talk about this situation. I can get your guys' opinion on what is going on. So, like I said, Saints are caught up in the news again. They are likely going to trade up into the draft yet again. This should come as a surprise to basically nobody. Absolutely none of you guys should be shocked that the Saints might trade up. The Saints have traded up in the last 4 drafts in a row. It's something they do. They have an aggressive nature for stuff like this. If they see someone they want, they're going to go and try to get them. That's just how the Saints have been for the past couple of years. It's never a shock. Some of you guys may be asking why. What for? Who could we possibly want to trade up for? It's a good reason, in my opinion. The Saints are eyeing a certain prospect who we will get into in just a second. They'd like to trade up to get him. The Saints currently sit at pick number 28, which is damn near a second rounder. I say that in 100% confidence. It's basically a second round pick. A lot of the huge impact, blockbuster, immediate starter, plug and play players will be snatched up quick, and they know this. From what we've heard from multiple reports, multiple outlets, high-level NFL enthusiasts, is that the Saints want to trade up, jumping in front of the Tennessee Titans, who also have interest in this prospect, to take cornerback Caleb Farely. After losing Janoris Jenkins this offseason, the Saints are playing prevent right now in order to make sure P.J. Williams is not the starter opposite of Marshawn Lattimore. Nobody wants that at all. A lot of people are very skeptical with this, though, because it's hard to believe that Farley would be available anywhere near pick number 20. They're not sure if the Saints would want to give up enough to move up much further than 20. So I think this is going to really count on how much Caleb Farley actually falls. Most general managers throughout the NFL have been open about the fact that his health, Caleb Farley's health, is a very big problem that could evidently murder his draft stock. Like, absolutely destroy it. When healthy, Caleb Farley is arguably the best cornerback in this draft, but health is not on his side. It's just one of those players that whenever they start looking up, whenever they start doing good things, the health monster catches up to him and takes him out. It's a really sad situation he's going through, but the Saints see the talent in him and are willing to take that risk. Farley's stock took a huge hit when he needed to undergo a procedure on his back in mid-March. Specifically, he underwent a microdiscectomy, which is a procedure to relieve pain from a herniated lumbar disc. He has also had a torn ACL as well throughout his college career. He hasn't played a game since 2019, and since then has had 2 pretty damning surgeries, which literally kills his draft stock. But don't let his history scare you away from the fact that he is an amazing prospect. Farley was brought to Virginia Tech as an athlete, slated to play wide receiver. He tore his ACL in 2017. He returned back in 2018 healthy and moved to cornerback. In his collegiate debut, the 2018 opener at Florida State, Farley intercepted 2 passes. The rest of that first season, though, was filled with learning experiences. It was a bit rough for the new cornerback. Farley found consistency and stardom in 2019. He led the ACC with 16 passes defensed, including 4 interceptions, and according to Pro Football Focus, he allowed a passer rating of just 26.8 overall and just 5 completions out of 27 targets on passes thrown 10-plus yards downfield. So to say he was lockup in 2019 is an understatement. He was fantastic. He did exactly what he needed to do to limit the other team from doing what they needed to do, and in turn built up a huge reputation for himself and was looked at as one of the best cornerbacks to play the game of football in college at that moment in time. He was in conversation with the best and deserved it. So the Saints see that, they see the talent, they see what this prospect is capable of, and they want to go and get him. It has been a really, really, really big story developing. I don't know how this got out. I heard that Caleb Farely was aware of this as well, which is how the information came out. It was told to a reporter for, I believe it was Yahoo, something like that. I didn't do a ton of research for this video, but that's what I heard. It'll be interesting to see what happens, how this plays out. I am a big supporter of Caleb Farely. I feel like it could be a Cinderella story for us. A similar thing happened when we drafted Marshawn Lattimore, except his injuries were way less severe. He only dropped down to 11, but the Saints were able to grab a higher-end quarterback in a lower pick than they expected to. Marshawn Lattimore slid all the way back, and we were able to scoop him up. Let's see if we're going to trade for Caleb Farely to be the second corner that we desperately need right now. Let me know down in the comment section down below. I'm really interested. This prospect is one that you have to bet on probability with. It's like flipping a coin. You can either get a really amazing player at a really good price, or you get a player that is like a Marcus Davenport and you literally want to blow your brains out. But again, we're just going to have to figure that out. I'm excited to see what the Saints do. I'm excited to see if this is the prospect they decide to go with. There's a huge urge to watch this draft tomorrow. I hope you guys are excited as I am. Well, I know you guys are as excited as I am. So I'll be glad to see you guys there. I'll be making videos during the draft, and I'll stream after the draft as well, or after the first round, so we can talk about the day one and how it went. So I'm super excited to see you guys there. Let me know down in the comment section below what you think about this rumor. If you think it's true, if you think it's BS, if you think it's going to happen, let me know. Let me know if you'd like it, all that stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you stopping by. I'm back, and I'll see you boys in the next one. Adios. 0